Welcome to Buyers Ads and Buyers Presentations in Command. We are talking to a full house in here. So we're going to get started right now on time. I'm going to start my screen share. I'm going to share my screen. Open there. All right. I'm going to hide my meeting controls. All right, the first place that we're in is actually the command website, and that's agent.kw.com. And I'll log into command. When we get into command, I'm going to go over to the campaigns tab. The first thing we're going to be going over is how to create a buyer ad inside of Facebook. So you want to make sure that you are connected to Facebook before you start the ads. You can see which connected accounts you have right here in this list. Shows you that I have a Facebook and a Twitter email account connected. If I had more, like my Instagram or Twitter, it would also show up, but I don't. And I can, if I don't see anything, I can click manage up here, and it's going to bring me into connect or disconnect my social media accounts. Currently, right now, the only social medias that you can connect are Facebook, which will automatically connect to Instagram and Twitter. And then the emails, I really don't count a social media account as the total just emails itself. So you can connect those as well. So I'm connected in here. I'm going to now click create campaign. And I'm going to choose social ad. So this says paid underneath it. Click social ad, and I need to give it a name. So this will be buyers. And then I need to choose a goal. So am I advertising a listing, attracting a listing, visit brand awareness, attract buyers, advertise multiple listings, attract talent, event awareness, or other. So there are three in here that work the best. That's attract buyers, attract listings, and advertise listings. Why they are the best, I don't know, but they seem to give better results than the rest of them. So I'm going to choose attract buyers. It's going to ask me where am I going to run the campaign. I can select all three if I would like to, or I can select one or two. Really up to me what I do. So I'll click Facebook. I'm just going to do the one. I'll click create campaign. Once we're in, either a new window is going to pop up and ask you to choose a listing. If it does not, you're going to click add listing here in that listing box. And I do not have a listing. So I'm going to go into the MLS. And I already have it pulled up here. And I'm going to do a search. Single family home condo for a listing from this brokerage that also says it's okay to advertise. And the reason doing that is that the okay to advertise inside the MLS says that you can advertise the property. Brokerage wise, I'm doing that because I just want to use agents within our market center. I'm going to go to L5L Leaders to get a brokerage code. There. So I'm going to pull in my resources, market center transaction info, and if I go over to KW Pembroke Pines, I can see that this office MLS ID, I can copy this. Go back in the matrix, and if I want to see all the listings for the office, I can come over here to list broker code, paste. And we'll see that I have 82 listings currently in the office. I can see them all when I click the results, but I also want that okay to advertise. So I'm going to say yes, attribution not required, and then now I have 3 results. I can click on results. And now I can choose any of these listings to advertise. And now if you have not been a part of the training, the A stands for active, and then AC is active with contract. So I'm going to say I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to open up this MLS. Great. So I have a property 7546 Los Plaza Boulevard, number 403. Copy this. We go back into command. I'm gonna switch from show only my listings to show all listings. Then I'm gonna paste that property I just found. See if it comes up. There it is. It is posted by Jill Cohn-Garcia, one of our agents. I'm gonna click select. And now it's almost done. All I did was add in the property. I almost have the ad created. I'm gonna look at the main copy. When we're doing copy, we only want 1 to 2 sentences at the most. That's because people don't want to read it. They want to see pictures, they want to see videos. So it's gonna be very short. So right now this says price to sell. Welcome to the Lakes at Plaza at Boca Point. This updated spacious 2-bed, 2-bath condo is a true find with new luxury vinyl floors and fresh paint. This condo offers both comfort and tranquility. There's a bunch in here that we could remove. So for the ad, I don't need the 2-bed, 2-bath in here. The reason being is because when they click the link, I'm gonna send them to this address. So they can, in my website, so they can see the facts for themselves. I just want them to click. That's all this job is for the ad. So I'm also going to pull up my website. And everybody gets a website with command. This is my command website. I'm gonna paste that address in here again. There it is. I'm just gonna leave that open. I'll come back to this in a second. We're gonna leave price to sell because people will look at that. They're like, okay, so that means they want out. They want to sell fast. That's why it's priced to sell. I'm going to take out welcome to and just gonna leave the lakes at La Plaza at Boca Point. And we want to talk about lifestyle when we are talking about a community instead of the actual property itself. And the reason being is that people want to know about that lifestyle because they're going to find out information about the house in that next spot, in the website itself. I don't care if it's in my ad. I want them to click on that button to get to my website. So our job is to create content within 2 sentences at the most to get them to click. That's the hardest part, really. So what I recommend doing is even going to ChatGPT and asking for a description of the lakes at La Plaza and Boca Point, and then see what it comes up with. And just ask for 2 sentences. So ChatGPT can create that content for you. When you're using artificial intelligence, please be aware that you need to look for any ethic violations. What I'm talking about are using words that will cause people to get red flags. So that could be like if someone is saying perfect for families, we can't say that. Can't say perfect for single family homes or perfect for working individuals. We can't say that. That's going to cross too many lines. So we need to always check when we're using artificial intelligence for that.
I just want to say hi. How's everybody doing? Good. The 2 of you want to come out on Friday and hang out? That's good. That's good. Sorry to interrupt.
And if you don't know, this is Alfredo, our team leader. Yes. So
I'll see if I can go get some more people there.
okay. So I'm not going to go in depth into artificial intelligence because we do have classes at least once a month that go over it. Just a little foyer for that. So I'm just going to kind of leave what I have now. The goal, though, is to find the content within 2 sentences to make them click. The headline, same thing. I want them to click, and I want to do it in 25 characters or less. It gets harder and harder the less amount of characters that you have. That's just how it is. That's social media. That's our attention span. So what are they going to look at the most? Oh, I forgot a very important thing. Inside of this main copy, you want to use emojis. You want to have at least 3. So to add in emojis, I'm going to click in this little face, and I'm going to have a bunch of different emojis I can choose from. Does anyone know why we want emojis in there?
To captivate the attention of the prospect.
Absolutely. Emojis make people stop scrolling. They go, what does this emoji connect to and why is it there? That's at least why I look at emojis. I'm like, why is this smiley face here? Why are those lips there? Oh, there's a palm tree? Why is that there? So I'm going to choose emojis that go along with my text in here, and I'm not going to just put them all at the end, I'm going to sprinkle them throughout. So for instance, let's say, let's just do water. No. Let's look for beach. I like that better. Now it doesn't talk about the beach, but I like the beach, so don't use the beach in anything that doesn't talk about the beach or water. But I'm just doing it as an example. Let's see. Oh, lakes. Oh no, definitely not a snowflake. Oh my gosh, why would I do that? I keep pressing enter and select whatever. Okay. Lake. Why lake and snow go together, I don't know. Here we go. We'll use this. So I might add one more throughout here, and if you look over here, you'll notice that the preview is showing you what it'll look like on Facebook. And I can switch between the preview view between the web and the mobile phone. So this is what it'll look like on the phone through the Facebook app. Headline, let's see, I'm gonna pull it right out of here. I'm gonna say comfort and tranquility. When you're choosing your word choices, think about how they make you feel. This is as much of a process as when you buy something. Every piece of marketing material that you look at is designed to make you feel something, to make you act somehow. And what makes you act is emotion. Your logical brain does not make you act. Because I will tell you right now, I want to go eat Cheez-Its. All right, I'm hungry, but my logical brain is telling me you should go do that. No, sorry, no, bad example. I'm just hungry. My logical brain right now is saying you should be eating lunch. I am emotionally tied to what I do here, so like, oh, I need to be teaching instead. So I feel I need to be teaching, and if I were eating lunch instead while this was happening, I feel guilty. Same thing when you are buying large purchases. You're thinking to yourself, you know what, this house makes me feel really good, fits my family, but you're also thinking the price is a little too high. I already set my limit on what my price is going to be. I shouldn't go over it, but your emotion will go over your budget, and then you'll start to justify why you went over it. So yes, I've been studying a little bit of marketing. I enjoy it. So it's emotion. The key takeaway is emotion makes you act. The description, all you're going to put in is click the learn more button now. Then I have a bad habit of capitalizing the second letter as well. But I think every word in this particular area should be capitalized. That's just to bring attention. I'm also going to add one emoji in here, and it's going to be an arrow that points to this learn more button. That's my call to action. I'm going to hit save. Saving is your best friend. Always save. If it doesn't save automatically or you think it saves automatically, still save it. I'm now going to click on media. Even though media is selected already, it's telling you that it's finished because we have one picture in here. We want to have 3 photos. You can have up to 5, but 3 is the max, because I want them to go to my website to see all the photos, not look at them on my Facebook ad. So I'm gonna click add more. And I suggest doing an interior sandwich. What that means is you're gonna do an exterior shot, interior shot, and then another exterior shot. So I'm gonna keep this one as my exterior. I'm gonna choose an interior now. I usually go for a kitchen or a bathroom. I'm gonna go for the bathroom does not seem very appealing to me, so I'm gonna do a kitchen.
What about the bedroom?
So the reason I don't do a bedroom is because it's usually an empty box.
Okay.
Unless it's staged. So this is a virtual staging in here. But it's otherwise empty box, it's harder for them to think about them living there. The kitchen is easier because the stove and the fridge are already in place. They can imagine, oh yeah, I can see myself cooking here. The bathrooms, there's not much that you would add into there, so there's not much to imagine except for, yeah, I could see me functionally using it. Living rooms are hard, dining rooms are hard, bedrooms are hard, because they are usually empty spaces. And people will only start to imagine it when they are closer to like, yeah, I can see, let's talk about buying this house. Then they'll start placing their furniture places. So I'm gonna make it as easy as possible for them. So I'm just gonna choose this kitchen. Zoom out because I want more. I'm gonna add one more, another exterior. Ooh, the pool. Okay, so now I have that interior sandwich. I'm going to keep my DBA logo on here. I want this for compliance reasons. And it's gonna ask me DBA logo position, the left or the right. I like the right-hand side, but you can do the left-hand side if you want to. It's really your style. Then I'm also gonna include my ownership statement. This is each office is independently owned and operated. I'll click apply. And the reason I like to do that is also for compliance, but that is not necessarily required for online in the state of Florida. Printed material it is. Okay, I'm gonna hit save now. I'm gonna come into Facebook settings and I'm gonna click configure. My account is my personal account. And the reason I have it personal because I have a business page, not a business account. So on my pages, I have my business page here. And this is where it'll run off of. So now you can see it's gonna be sponsored and then my picture. This is my business page. You're gonna ask me where do I want to send them? The first place I want to send them is my lead generation form. If I don't want to collect their information, I can just send them straight to my website. I want their info. I want their name, phone number, email address, or at least name and email address. Because I know I put a fake phone number in, I can imagine how many fake phone numbers are out there. My button label, it can be learn more, sign up now, sign up or apply now. I do learn more, but if you were doing like a newsletter, you could have them sign up for a newsletter. Apply now if you're advertising rentals, you can have them click apply now. And instead of the website that I'm going to show you to add in, you send them to a rental application that maybe has a little more information about the property. The website URL. I'm going to go to my website that I went to and I search the property. I'm going to take my URL, I'm going to copy it. Okay. All right. I could also choose a landing page. So landing page is an individual website you create for the property, which I'm going to be going over in our next business meeting on Wednesday, the 12th. Noon is when the business meeting is. So it's very quick and easy. All I do is I drag in a few pieces and then the website's made, which is pretty nice value, especially when you're doing a listing presentation. You can say your home will get its own free website valued at $1,000. But it takes us 5 minutes to create. Hey, so it's a nice value add for them. And then I'm gonna come down to audience. I can do an auto audience, custom audience, or a saved audience. So auto audience uses a radius around the property. So right now, it is at a radius of 20 miles around the property inside of Boca Raton. That's okay. That's a pretty general area. I want to narrow it down to be more specific, so I would use custom audience. Because custom audience lets me choose interests that my audience might have. We used to be able to tailor it to people with specific income levels, education levels. A number of people in the family, but due to laws and regulations and avoiding or not trying to avoid ethical standards within the realtor community, Facebook has made it only possible for us to use interests, which is okay, that's fine, that's what it is. So I'm gonna click add interests. And I'm gonna start searching for real estate. So there's different things like interests on real estate in here. I'm gonna choose creative real estate investing. I'm gonna choose real estate appraisal, real estate economic. No, I'm gonna choose these two right here. I'll click save. Yes.
Are there any reasons in particular why just those two or?
Oh, I'm gonna add more. Yeah, no, the reason being is because people who are interested in real estate are more likely to be in the process of looking at buying or selling a home. Even if they're investors, they're looking at buying a property and potentially listing those properties as well. Most investors will either have a license or they already work with a realtor. If they're a beginning investor, they are looking for realtors to work with. I have a saved audience that has the exact interest that you should be using. So I'm gonna pull this up. And if you want to take a picture, which you're more than welcome to, I'm gonna click you more. And these are the interests that you would want to add into your ad. So the top is mortgage loans, mortgage calculator, mortgage insurance. I'm not gonna read through all of them, but it pertains to real estate and buying property. I also have an and statement, which means they must like those or one of those and Zillow or Realtor.com. And then there's another and statement beneath it with moving company. So that means they want something to do with real estate. They're looking at popular search engines in real estate, and they're also interested in moving companies. So the probability that they may be interested in doing something with it is pretty high. So that's why I have those interests. This is the audience that I'm going to use, and I'll click save. Now I need to go back into here because my location, I need to add a second, edit audience. My location right now, I have it set at New York City. You can set it anywhere in the country you want to. It's one city at a time. So if you want to advertise multiple places, you need to create multiple ads. You could just create one and then duplicate it and just change the location. So it's pretty easy to do. If you are advertising in New York, you can do it, but you advertise locally as well. If you're looking to, if you can give a better audience in local purchases. It's up to you. I'll just keep it in New York. New York is a very popular place to have people come down from. Let's see. Now I'm going to click lead settings. And it's going to ask you, what do I want to happen when leads come in? Do I want to auto tag them? And do I want to add them to a smart plan? So I can choose auto tag if I want to, and I can choose which tag I create. And a tag is a way that we would categorize and filter with. So in our contacts, if they are tagged with a, let's say they're looking for single family homes, that might be a tag to put on here. Or if they have a condo tag that you've created and put on there, maybe that's something that you want to tag them. Totally up to you on how you want to tag them. Assigning a smart plan is, do you want them to automatically be on a smart plan? That is one of our automated marketing systems through our command. So we can use a brand new contact smart plan, like an 8x8, 8 contacts in 8 weeks. Or we can put them on a 36 touch plan or a quarterly call plan. So I would choose which plans I want and I click save. And then I'm gonna add duration and budget. So it recommends a 10-day campaign for a budget of $1 per channel. Or sorry, 10 days at $1 per day per channel. And it'll take up to 24 hours for it to be reviewed by Facebook before becoming active. So I think that is a pretty good time limit. 10 days at $30 is what I would choose. And then click save. But if you want to put more in, your ad will be viewed by more people. That's just how advertising works. The more money you're willing to put through, the more money or the more eyes will be on your product. You can see that the audience definition has a potential reach of 5.9 million people. Now, $30 is not going to reach 5.9 million people. It's going to run the $30, and then as soon as it's done, it cuts off. And then I would hit publish campaign. Once it is published and it is finished, you will get, the page will look like this with all of the ads that you run. And if I look at the completed one, here is 8 leads. And a total cost, it was $30.75 to get 8 leads. And here are the leads that are in here. Email, phone number, and date that the lead was brought in. Then you would follow up with those leads. Phone calls, emails, direct contact somehow. Smart plans are a great way to put them on there, because right away with that auto smart plan, it hits them, boom, thanks for signing up. If you have any other information, I'd love to give you a call. Let's meet sometime. You know, more questions, or maybe this is not what you're looking for. Tell me what you are looking for and I can help you. So that's how you do a buyer's ad inside of Command. I'm going to show you guys where to go for a buyer's presentation and how to customize it to yourself. So if I go into designs on the left-hand side, which is like looks like a paintbrush and a square, click on that. And click create design. Can I ask me, do I want to email, social, print, or video? I'm going to choose print, and I'll click next. It's going to take me into the design area. Right away, we can see that I have some auto-created templates. So these are used, all I have to do is input a couple things, and it's going to auto-create a flyer for me. I do not have a listing presentation in auto-create, but buyer's presentation in auto-create. But down in buyers, I do have a buyer presentation that I can use. I have 5 different versions. Or it's actually 5 different covers of the same information inside. So I can choose one of the covers here. Let's just say your guide to home ownership. Click use. Pull up here. Hopefully, come on. This is how technology works for me. Sometimes it just doesn't want to go. Yes.
Good question. I'm in designs and I don't have the.
So now we're inside and I can see that I have pages right here. I have 32 of them. I can open them up. So I click on number 2. These are going to be the instructions on how to customize it. So let's see here. So it says designed for use to customize neighborhoods. You've had a conversation about your contact's needs prior to the full consultation. You want to showcase the kind of knowledge you have where you can gather reference to different neighborhoods. Their Kelly Mortgage information, buyer preference profile builder. It's all within this buyer's presentation. So if I click on the next page, client name, I'm going to customize this for me. So let's just say client name. That'd be Mickey Mouse. So it's on 2 lines now, I don't want it on 2 lines. I'm gonna click off the box. Okay, I'm gonna pull this a little bit longer, and it puts it back onto 1 line. My photo, so this is not me. I'm gonna click on my assets because I've uploaded a photo into my assets before. And I can now drag this over. Hover, and it's going to take over that picture. Go down to the last name, I'm gonna put in my first and last name. Then same thing with my information in here, I'm gonna click. Double click to start it up, and I'm going to change it with my info in here. So that. Oh. 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1. There you go. So I go through and change this. This is not my information, so this is, I'm not part of a team. This is a team logo. I'm gonna delete that just by clicking it, clicking delete. My DBA name. Under my assets still, I'm gonna go to logos because I've uploaded my under my assets, my logos, and I'm going to drag and drop. That easy. So this is the address of the market center. I would change this by clicking and changing. So I've already customized it within maybe 2 minutes. I go to my table of contents. Seems pretty good to me. So it starts off with your dream home, your preferences, your neighborhood, buying 101, at your service, my promise, and glossary. Next page, content is already in here, sound decision about buying home. If you don't like anything in here, I just have to double click and I can change it. I think it's fine, so I'm good. But if you want to tailor it to your brand, to what you do, absolutely you can. So your needs come first, this is fine. Your buyer preference, so this is a questionnaire for them to fill out. You absolutely should have a buyer profile or a buyer preference sheet where you ask them, how would you like to be contacted? What's the preferred address? What's the best time to reach you? If updates arise, how often can you be notified? Then we come to the wish list. So what do you want in your home? So these are all questions that you go through and you ask them, and you can fill it out with them, or you can have them just read it through with you and answer as you take notes. Your neighborhood preference is the same thing. All right. This needs to be customized to so I'm gonna put my website URL in here. Next page. Anything you don't want in here, you don't have to keep. Like, let's say I don't want. Let's say I don't want this page. I can go to the 3 dots here, click delete. It's gonna ask me, do I want to delete design number 30? I'd say yes to remove it. I'm actually gonna keep it because it's a glossary. Glossaries are important. A lot of people, when you're working with them, don't know the terms. We know the terms because this is our business, but they don't know. So it's good to have that glossary of terms in there. Actually, this is. Honestly, I think I'm about. My app. So your app address is going to be found inside of command under. Underneath the consumer app. In your settings. I'm gonna go to consumer. I go to site map settings. User URL, here's that app URL. Click copy. Go back into here. That's really how simple it is to just customize your buyer's presentation. So this is done. Hold on, this is frozen. I could print it out, I could bind it, I could laminate it, and I could take it to my buyer's presentation. I could put it in a folder, I could do it, download it and send it digitally now. It's really up to you and how you want to do it. Any questions?
Yeah, how do we, so we save it and we just share it?
That's a good question. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to click download. And then I'm gonna choose either PDF standard, JPEG, PNG, or PDF for printing.
What's the most standard that's more compatible with my software?
That'd be PDF standard. That'll go to any computer anywhere and everything can read a PDF. Now, if you want to post this online anywhere as, let's say, you want to take it into Canva, you're gonna download it as a PNG or a JPEG, because you're gonna get more versatility with it
You gotta put
as a picture.
like we want to say everything.
Sometimes it depends on how it exports.
That's a good deal.
If you want to worry about that, then I would export it as a PDF and then upload it into Canva from there. And then it should resize.
So this is too long to like share a post on like.
Oh, yes, yeah, it is. It absolutely is. I would not recommend doing this as a post. This, you would put it online as a PNG or JPEG and maybe your
On
website.
the website.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
You could even create a slideshow of the PDFs and just have it go through.
Okay, like that's when you open like in a banner or something?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm working actually as we speak on my
Okay.
presentation, so I'm tweaking it and I'm removing pages, but I already removed a bunch of them, it's too long.
Yeah, the listing presentation has a lot of different options because I mean, there's several pages of like CMA in there, and you only really need one with maybe 4 properties in there to show the value. You don't need pages. Pages are gonna cause them to overthink. You don't want overthinking.
In my assets for the logo, I only have one, but I know I can go to the L5, the level 5.
Yeah,
right?
l5leaders.com and download the logo.
I actually downloaded some.
Okay,
I just have to download it. Okay, I guess I think I answered. my
yeah,
question.
yep. And then you'll go into assets. On the home page, you'll go into assets and upload it in there.
That's,
All right. And yes, sir.
With, let's say a prospect explains to you what he desires as far as what he wants to buy for investment purposes. Is there something we can do for that in there?
Yeah, so you would customize it
Right.
to be more for investment terms then. So instead of like, oh, what's your dream home? What's your dream investment? What's the cap rate? How many units do you want? Is it an industrial? Is it things like that? So if I went back into my, I don't know, where is it, wish list? Yeah, so here I would change out from exterior and say. Type, investment type. Are we looking at industrial with storage? Are we looking at multifamily? Any questions that you think you should have is what you can customize in here. And then you just flip out the pictures towards office buildings, storage units, apartment buildings instead. So like, for this instance, let's switch out this one. I can go into images. I'm gonna go to stock because frankly, I don't have any pictures of office. Search office buildings, the stocks, here we go. Let me just drag it over, drop. And it takes it over. So then I just change home to investment wish list. Then I would change the questions to whatever your investment questions may have.
Is there any way I can find like general questions that people would have about investment?
I would actually talk to Gus Martinez, who's the head of our commercial department. He would be a better advisor than me on that one.
And his contact information is readily available to us?
Oh, yeah, yep. I could see if I can pull it up right here. He's in the office if you want to go talk to him. He is the Martinez Chief Commercial here. He's also this one here. So if you just Google Gus Martinez, he'll pop up. Here's his phone number here. And then here's his email, gusmartinez@kw.com.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Anything else?
How do you change my picture on the website itself, like KW website?
So for that, you're gonna go into, go back. You're gonna go up to your name and cut and command. Then you're gonna go to settings,
Mhm.
and then you're gonna go to connect settings on the left-hand side, and then marketing profile.
I
And
have
you
to
can
get out of
change it.
commands, right?
Yes, yeah. You can also open another tab and just go to command again. If you wanna stay in designs.
Okay, let me do that real quick, because I need to change. What was the URL again, if I'm doing any tab?
Agent.kw.com.
I got the agent story down because I was in the agent.
Gotcha, yeah.
Agent.
.kw.
So I think okay, so go to settings.
Yep.
I'm on the coaching team account, do I have it on the personal?
Yes, switch to personal. Then go to settings.
If okay, so default personal, got it, so settings.
And then you'll go to connect settings on the left-hand side.
It's still giving me here, I don't know why it's doing this.
Well, I'm gonna end the Zoom here. All right, thank you all in Zoom land that have come to watch. Actually, this is a recording. See you later.